balls match the Sprite can.
Da, 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 da. Welcome.
Sponsored
We
by-
are back to part 2 of our second episode.
The rest of the episode.
Applause, applause, applause. Confetti, confetti, confetti.
Welcome
And
back.
Just so you know, I am the funny one.
And I'm the pretty, even though we switched sides, but it's still the Pretty Funny Podcast. Yay!
And today we have a great guest. We talked about him in part 1.
We did. We summoned him.
Yeah, we just thought we're just talking behind his back, basically. So why not invite him to the show? And he is our first guest.
Congratulations!
I'm
What a
honored.
moment.
Yeah. I'm honored to be here. No, you know what? It was cool. I was watching the chemistry, talking to Kalinda. We actually had a side project that we were doing,
Nice.
and I was like, "Look, I want to sponsor the second episode." But she was like, "Well, it all happened." She was saying, "We're gonna be talking about dating." You know, literally doing dating app. I was like,
Yeah, that's great. The way it worked out is just dope.
and then she said, "Why don't you come on the show?" I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, where are we driving to?"
I respect that. He was down.
Let me tell you how nice it was to find parking.
In WeHo.
Yeah, that shit is always tough. I don't know. It's always the moral dilemma for me sometimes. Like, do I pay the meter or not?
Yeah,
Like, I
read
judge-
all the signs.
All
What
the
does that
signs.
sign really mean?
Because usually, like in most places, if it's not like time to park and pay, you just can't pay. Like it won't work. But out here, like even if you're good to park, you'll still take your money.
Oh, yeah.
They'll still take that $2, and I feel a way about it. You know, do a lot with
A
that.
little taken advantage of.
I do. I don't know. I feel very vulnerable in that position. Like if it's not supposed to be paid, then don't take my money. But sorry, that got really emotional. That was a lot for me. But I mean, you're here. You were promoting your dating app. We were talking about it earlier. Was that you want to talk some more about that real
What do you
quick?
think about it? Let's start there.
Well,
haven't-
no one knows who he is. Introduce yourself.
I mean,
So-
yeah, go for it.
My name is Luis Contreras. I'm the founder and the CEO of Uon app. Uon app does so much, but like what we're focusing on right now is dating, and there's such a need for it. You know, I don't like going so deep into it, but like the Surgeon General was talking about the loneliness epidemic, right? Is people have so much that they could connect on digitally, and you go on Instagram, you see what your friends are doing, whatever. But as far as community, when you go out, trying to find yourself again, or trying to find like that anxiety you feel when you go to these events and you're like, okay, is it okay to approach people? And I always thought that was like the one thing that was missing, but how do you get it there in a manner where people feel safe and comfortable? And like it's, so we do augmented reality, so you'll have a chance, and Kalinda was able to see it in motion, and you for the person that just wants to be seen, you just turn on your status. So you turn it on and you could choose, hey, I want to find my match. So now it's finding out people that match with you, and they could see you. They'll just wave their phone, a little heart appears. But you could say, you know what? I'm not really finding my match. I feel like just letting people know I'm single. You could change it to just let everybody know, hey, I'm available. Or you could say, I'm not available to anybody. The reason that's so powerful is because somebody leaves you on red, you could change your mind. So
Let me think about that.
let me think, oh, I was gonna waste my time. No, but
Nah,
but you want the chance to be able to change, and so I gotta ask this question. We're going to live events for other apps right now. So other apps throw these events, and like the first time we went out, people are asking, hey, are you part of the event? And I was just talking to them, I was like, how's the experience? They're like, well, there's nobody here from the app. It's just nobody's hosting it. It just tells you to meet here, so you don't know who's a part of it. So if I'm going to go to a bar, what's the difference between me going to a bar where it's popping and there's a lot of people, and me going to this bar? Because at the end of the day, I don't even know who's a part of it.
Yeah.
So you have people sitting off on the side that were probably wanting to be a part of the dating experience, but
Like
Dude, I was there and I was getting approached by multiple people. Like he just left me for a second, and I had people taking pictures with me. Like I'm not even joking.
Oh yeah, I got that one on video. It was so funny.
So like, and I was annoyed, obviously, because
She didn't look annoyed. She didn't look annoyed. She was like, "That's right."
No, I was laughing because I was laughing at Kirby because I'm like, oh gosh, it's starting. It's not gonna stop. And
wow.
literally, of course, they're very enthusiastic because they're thinking I'm there
On the
for
app,
for whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
And they were just a little bit overwhelming because of course these are obviously people that are also kind of socially awkward, so they can't get the hit when I'm like, yeah. Trying to turn to Kirby. He went around and went between us and kept talking. I was like, ugh. And we even
But you were on the app though.
I wasn't at that time, no.
Oh,
I
you
was
just had,
it was
the
the competitors, people that were there that was approaching. That's what he's saying. You don't know who's in
I'm
it
just
and who's
crashing
not.
these events.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I'm like, hey, leave it open to anybody.
Yeah. And they even asked me, they saw him approach me and buy me a drink and everything, but it was just for, the ambiance. But he even came back and can you sit here? And I was like, okay, for sure they're gonna go away because they just saw a man come back up and tell me where to sit. And so we sat, we're just sitting there just waiting for our directions and what we're doing next. And then they're still, hey, so can I buy you a drink? And I was like, I haven't even finished this one yet, man. So his app, it would be nice if everyone had it. You could just be do not disturb.
Yeah, you can kind of have that force field go up and just be like, nah, I'm not interested.
Yeah, you get enough of a community, then, but it wasn't just the dating. I was, now that I've been a part of this, I've been going to networking events. I went to one in New York, and Andrew Young they're calling him the Great Gatsby of events for tech, networking events. And I wanted to go. So I was like, this is a great opportunity just to kind of get an idea, meet people, of course, network, but get an idea of what's out there. Cause I always thought okay, for networking events, it'd be great. And I'm gonna tell you, I get there and we're doing name badges. And the name badges is your name and the color and what are you here for? And I'm like, that's exactly what the app is for, right? Because when you go there, some people were there for dating, other people were there for networking. But we're at a tech event with some of the, leading tech entrepreneurs, and we're still doing color badges, right? Isn't that time for a change? And and that's what I was looking at. I'm like, man, I saw this video with these two girls that went to this networking event, and they're like, these guys kept approaching us.
Wow.
And they're like, well, it's a networking event,
that's what they're supposed to do.
They're supposed to do. But
it was like that woman at the bar that you were talking to, and she's like, well, I don't want to be approached. You're like, isn't that why you're here, to be approached?
That's the other side of it, right? Where you're like, okay, what are, you're gonna have a lot of boundaries you're gonna get to, and people have it was cool because I was able to see a lot of people's questions. They're like, how far does this tech work? Can I see somebody half a mile? I was like, don't be creepy. You can only see them within 30 feet. And you can't message them. Right?
It's you just have to in person and go ahead.
Yeah, you still have to make the walk. And one of the girls was like, see, that's cool. I like that because it's still it's real tech, but it's not. They still have to come and approach you.
It's natural.
Kind of.
Yeah, in a way.
It's planned naturally.
Yeah, but it's better. So they're saying, why can't you have a message? Can you send a message to a person you like at a bar? I'm like, no, imagine you're Kalinda, right? All of a sudden she has 40 messages. And then she has to say no to all these people that she doesn't know.
You get
strangers sending you a message is wild before you even know them or what the vibe could be.
Are you an approacher or
no? Absolutely not.
You're not an approacher. Go people approach you?
I don't. No, I don't. Usually, if I
thought he was the approacher.
Everyone assumes that I'm one to run up to a girl and I find her attractive. But realistically, if I see an attractive woman enjoying her evening, I will acknowledge it and be like, wow, she looks great. And I hope she's having a great night. I wish her the best and continue about my night. Sometimes we make eye contact. Sometimes I'm like, hey, you look great tonight. And I walk away and I never talk to her again. If it's meant to be, it'll be.
He's so simpy lately. Who hurt you?
Life.
You were. I thought part one, I was like, maybe it's just a phase.
No, it's not a phase.
Still
it's
here in part two.
It's been here since day one, but we just haven't talked about it. Therapy couch strikes again. But I mean, that's pretty dope. I feel like you've turned dating apps you're trying to make the Pokémon Go of dating apps.
There we go.
So turn the fuck up, man. Pokemon Go
you're trying
is
to catch
lit.
a ball. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, you feel me? It's you got to go out there. You see what's out there in the water. You see the Pokemons, man. Go tap in with the right one, man. Get your starter and your finisher.
I pick you, Pikachu.
Come on now, that shit could be hard.
You know what's so funny though? I watch these videos. There's this girl, and then she was like, I got all dressed up. I went to the coffee shop, trying to find somebody. And she's like, the problem with this is that guys don't come up to you. You could try to flirt, whatever, but guys don't come to you. And it's like, if you're going to be there. So the cool thing about what we're trying to do is anybody could create an event. You see a bunch of people, you say, hey, we're creating this event here. You're like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. You join in on the event, then you still have to turn on your status. But for people that want to be seen, it's like, when is it the right time or place? Right? Like you see somebody like just having like brunch or something, and it's like, okay, is it a right time to approach? People want that space. I think it's like a perfect app for this day and age. People are so like sensitive to like, okay, why are you bothering me at a coffee shop, or why? When is it the right time to approach? Yeah. Right. And I don't know, you see these dating apps, and like 8% of the people are the ones that are getting action on dating apps, right? The rest of them is like you're shooting your shot at everything, and then you wait for that to come by. But it's so funny. I talked to the people at the bar about this, and this is the one I was cracking up on because they didn't like the response. But I was like, look, when you're at home, you're choosing and so picky as you choose. Like, oh, nope, I don't like their ears, I don't like their eyes, whatever. And you're going down really this list.
Investigate.
Yeah.
But you're
zoom in.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, nope. The reality is that nobody looks like their profiles.
No. They want to look how they want to look.
They look how they want to be perceived.
Yeah.
And then people get catfished too, right?
Woo! That's crazy.
That's a thing. Have you got catfish?
Have I been catfished? No, thank God. I that would be terrible. But I have seen some girls who will use their old photos, and then like I'm like, you don't look like that anymore. But it's okay. You're still you. And I came for the inside, not the outside.
Guys do that too. Older men do that.
But see, I feel like I'm improving. So like I feel like
older men do that.
I feel like I'm improving. So like it's like a surprise. I'm better than you imagine. You feel me? Like that's the goal. That's what like that photo that's not the best me. The best me is me today, because every morning I wake up and I'm 1% better.
Or like the short people syndrome.
Short people, I put lower than my height. I put shorter than I am. So every time I come, like, wait, you're not 5'9", you're not 5'10". I know.
But some girls are strict with height, so maybe you should take it seriously.
I mean, I feel like 5'10" and 5'11" are so similar. It doesn't matter what I put. Like that, I'm not 6 foot. I didn't hit it. Let's get over it. My doctor lied. The growing pains are bullshit. All right. He was like, oh, you're gonna be so tall. You're gonna be taller than your brother. My brother's fucking 6'3". He's like, oh, you're gonna be taller than your brother. I've never seen growing pains like this. Shut up.
You hit second puberty, so.
I did, but it was only working on my voice. Didn't get any extra height, sadly.
I didn't get that one.
I have been stretching.
You didn't get hit with a second wave of puberty?
Not the voice. It still sounds like Mickey Mouse. I gotta work on it. Every time I make a phone call, I'm like, trying to go deeper.
Hello.
Hello.
The cell phone voice. I definitely have one.
A cell phone voice?
Yeah. Have you heard it?
I feel
when I'm serious, I'll be like deeper, and then I'll be like, "Oh hey!" if I know, you'll get the "Oh hey," but if we're like not friends like that, it'll be very like low and kind of like monotone.
I feel like it depends. That's why I like to like do my voice notes in the morning when I first wake up, so my voice is like even deeper. Oh yeah, I just woke up. Good morning. Yeah, how you feeling? That's when you do the good morning text. You do the voice in the morning or at night before you go to sleep. That's pro tip to all my homies out there. If your voice ain't as deep as you need it to be, wait till like 12 a.m. Deepest voice possible. You sound like Barry Manilow. Have you ever been catfished? Did you ever answer that? You said nah.
I'd have.
You have?
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Did you continue with the date?
The date?
Or I'm just.
I thought you was like linking up with him.
Ways to get catfish.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it went on for a while. It was very gullible.
Oh, he said he was somebody else. And he was. Oh, like the TV show Catfish.
Well, I never.
You should have took it to the show.
I don't want to revisit this past, but
that should have been hard.
Basically, I was catfished a long time ago, and I never met the person.
Oh, then how'd you find out it was a catfish?
Because I got tired of like.
Were you sending?
I never saw him.
Were you sending him money?
Yeah, well, this is before all FaceTime and like.
Were you sending him money and stuff?
No, I wasn't sending him anything.
That should be crazy. No, hey, catfish, and like, oh, I've sent him like $700. I thought he's my husband, and then like the whole time it's like that was not Bow Wow, girl.
There was a scam that went on, and I was like, I just watched a video on this. So this girl said that she was looking for somebody to have a baby with. She wanted to do it natural. She didn't want to do like the in vitro.
Other ways.
So she was like, I'm just trying to find candidates, right? So this girl was like, yeah, I'm trying to find candidates for my friend. And she was like, so they start asking her questions. They're like pictures of this like beautiful girl. So they're just trying to make it seem right. They're like, she's like, they don't want anything from you. They just want to have a baby and just possibly have more, but we're looking for the right candidate. So they had people that were guys that were just signing up. Oh, I'll help you. I'll help you.
Of course.
The big kicker was like, she was like, look, I want to have it naturally. So right before, she's like, well, we need to do 23andMe test.
Yeah.
So she had a whole bunch of people sign up to do the 23 using her referral code.
Oh.
So she was getting $20.
She swindled them.
That shit, I've heard that shit. That shit went
That's
crazy.
wild.
Genius.
There was that Netflix TV show too of a guy doing that to
the
a girl.
Tinder swindler.
The Tinder swindler.
That man is a legend.
Wild. He's still around.
He's still out.
Same thing with restaurants. Like they were catching some restaurants pretending to be people so that like single guys would go,
Oh,
get
yes.
stood up, and then still pay for the dinner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. Is it that serious? I was like, that sounds dope because it's like you'll be dating people in your area, and like in LA, it's like somebody that's also in LA but on the wrong side of LA is like that's a long distance relationship.
Oh, and people have such an issue with that.
That shit is crazy.
It's more, I don't know. Guys complain about it. There's some guys that I like used to talk to, and they're just like, "Oh, but you're so far." I'm like, it takes 30 minutes to get anywhere in LA.
That's
Like,
fair, but
but
I don't know. You prefer to have
30
someone.
minutes is not a big deal. Like, if
Oh, so you
really
don't
like
mind the
someone.
long distance relationship?
I don't see that as long distance. But
What do you consider long distance to be?
longer than 30 minutes?
How long? Like, what's the time?
Like 45.
15 more minutes. That's a bad day of traffic. What you mean? That's literally
I don't drive in
that
traffic.
drive could be 45
I
minutes.
plan around the traffic.
Oh my
I
god.
was dating a girl that was like an hour and a half away. But when I met her like through my cousin at some event. And when I first drove over there, I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. Like,
I was about to say too, I was like, he wanted her.
But I'm gonna tell you, I still dated her compared to the girl that I met that was living off of Slauson. Let me tell you, I went down. Exactly, you heard Slauson. There is no good part of Slauson.
Dang, hey, he said all Slauson girls are terrible. He said it. He said it. Drama.
No. It wasn't
Cancel on Slauson.
Exactly. No, but it wasn't the girl. It was that I went to the block that she was living at, and like these dudes blocked me off.
Oh, shit.
Because I was driving slow, right? I was driving slow trying to find her house.
Yeah.
So they block off that side of the street. And then I looked through my rearview mirror and they blocked off the other side.
Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. So then she comes out and she whistles. She's like, he's with me. So I was like,
Yeah, she had to check in. You ain't check in. You supposed to check in when you get there. Yeah, I'm here for such and such.
I was like, okay.
That's
all right.
crazy.
This is an experience.
Dang.
That's-
See?
I
But he
wouldn't-
still went. See?
He still went. It's crazy. I'm sure that wasn't the only time, huh? You went multiple times.
I did.
Because
But
it was
wasn't
good.
as long as
Yeah,
the other
it's-
relationship.
It's
though.
worth it. Yeah. If it's good, you die for it. You know?
I just have high expectations. That's all. I think the first guy that the first like real relationship I had, he lived in Palmdale. He drove
Palmdale.
from Palmdale.
Oh, he
to-
drove.
Of course, I wasn't driving at the time. This was like one of my first relationships. But he drove all the way
Oh,
from Palmdale
shit.
to South Pasadena. Like at like one point it was like 2 to 3 times a week, which is a lot, especially
is
because
a
we're
lot.
younger. So that's why
That's
he
crazy.
raised the bar. So that's why when a guy complains about 30 minutes, I'm like, yo,
I think, what's the longest I think I've done? I mean, when I was in school, I dated somebody back home. So that was technically like 4 hours. But it's like, I would see her like when I came back home and then she would come up type shit. But
you took turns.
yeah.
That's how you make a relationship. You compromise.
Yeah, but fuck that
Look
shit.
at-
You feel me?
yeah.
But I feel like the responsibility does go more on the male more than the female.
But-
Nah, that shit got.
I mean-
if it's 4 hours, now we splitting that bitch evenly. That shit got to split 50-50.
Hey,
It's
man,
got
after
to
an
be
hour and a half, I was like, you just need to spend the night.
an hour and a
yeah,
half.
no, that's fine.
You know,
Yeah,
but like,
definitely.
that's
The vibe
like,
is different when you drive 2 hours because it's like, hey, the gas burned.
yeah. You know, and everybody here works so like late, right? So you want to meet up like around 8. By the time you get done with the
I'm
date,
still at
come
work
back
at
home,
8.
it's 1 a.m. You
Yeah.
know, so you have.
Come back home. Nah, I'm here until the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah.
If I knew,
I'm
if I-
sleeping here.
Yeah, I know. If I knew I was going out, I would get a hotel in the area.
Get a hotel. Woo! You better than me, boy.
Yeah.
You better than me, boy.
I'm like, yeah.
Hey,
I'll be
go
sleeping
ahead.
in my car.
Hey,
I mean,
hey.
you know, we were younger at the time. I mean, she's still with her parents, and she was in college.
Oh, and you wanted
hey
your
mom, hey dad,
privacy.
I'm going to sleep because I ain't driving back to the city an hour plus. Love you guys. If you want breakfast, I'll cook it in the morning.
Yeah,
but
let
for
me talk
now,
to her dad.
we're
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I'm
We're
gonna
locked
just be in her
in.
room. It's a long commute.
What? Good morning. Mwah, mwah. I'm showing love in the morning. I might fuck around and shower. Get ready. Brought it to go bag. Fuck you, me. This is my family too. My family part 2. We're together. An hour plus, we're together.
My
Give a
toothbrush is next to yours.
Yeah. Man, yeah, no way I'm playing that game. I'm sorry. I don't know. Well, let's move. Let's move. You said something about like the dating culture. Like, do you feel like the dating culture in Los Angeles is different compared to like other places? Have you dated somebody from a different state?
The longest I had was another state. Yeah.
Oh wow, y'all was flying to each other.
Well, yeah.
Better than me, man.
I'm like,
How far was it?
duh. Huh?
I mean, maybe it was Nevada. I don't know. I can't just
No, it was in Nevada.
like
It
how I
was-
pronounce that. Nevada.
It was in Nevada. It was definitely more than one state over.
How many states is it?
Why are you so nosy?
Because it's a podcast,
Answer the
man.
question.
I'm just trying to hear more about. Okay, well, tell me the general area. Was he in the Midwest? Was he in the East? Was he in the South?
Bi-coastal.
Bi-coastal. What a fucking answer. He was bi-coastal, so he was on both fucking sides.
Yeah.
Well, what side were you flying to?
That side, the other side.
The East Coast. Okay, she was flying across the country for some peen. Congratulations.
I was.
How long was it?
Oh my gosh.
How long were you flying, taking flights for the peen?
Oh my. It wasn't a long relationship.
You got tired of them flights, huh? They knew you at the
No.
airport. Are you here for the peen? Come on down.
I did not. Other people like interfered, and that's why it stopped.
Oh, like he was like fucking with other girls.
No.
Fuck that guy, man.
Okay, end of story. Let's
Get it
move on.
I guess. I don't know. Do you feel like, I mean, are you an LA native? You from LA?
LA.
Yeah.
For sure. I was like, I just gotta ask.
I'm sorry.
meeting
I
bro
don't
as
know.
well.
I got so defensive.
Damn,
I was
like,
like, I don't know.
It's not a bad question. Like, I ain't say like fuck anybody who's not from LA. Like, I just asked the question. Do you feel like dating culture? Have you ever dated somebody that's not from LA?
Yeah. I mean,
Really?
yeah. I mean, like, so that was the thing. It's looking at the whole dating scene. I remember going to like, out of state, right? And it was in New York. So she was in New York. And like that kind of relationship, you just find out really quick if it's gonna work or not. Like, you don't want to waste no time.
That's true because it's a lot. It's an investment.
It's a
for sure.
commitment.
You are far away. That is crazy. I've never done that. I don't know how do you even do that. Like I'd be in the airport.
I
just-
loved it, but
You
that's
don't.
just
I
me.
mean, you don't look for it. Like, I
it
don't
just
think
finds
necessarily-
you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what ends up happening. You're just like,
Take that. That's a tip right
You
there.
can
know,
put it in your
the-
dating profile.
Hey, you don't look for love. It finds you.
it finds you.
Okay. He dropping gems. I don't know. It ain't found me yet. I ain't found me in no out of state. I don't even know. What do I even be doing outside? I be with my family. Like, people don't be talking to me. Like, I don't know how even with it, like,
I don't think the
that's so
distance
crazy.
thing or like the city thing is big. I think the culture thing is really cool. I
Mm.
dated, like, my ex-wife was Indian, and like that culture, even though they have a lot of similarities, there were so many things that were different. It was
Yeah.
taboo to have anybody that you were dating outside of your culture,
mm.
right? So that was a big thing. But everybody loves me, so they got
Yeah.
over it. So,
They got over it.
Nah, that's crazy.
they're like, I'm over here giving hugs. They're like, what is he doing?
That's hilarious. He's breaking all the rules. No, but yeah,
Damn.
like what he
and
said.
she was from India?
No. I actually met her. You remember the Boogie? Do you-
I don't.
No, so the Boogie
Yeah,
was like
she
in
went
Anaheim.
for it. Oh.
So this club, so she thought I was Indian, and we're like talking. And she's like, I thought your name was
Was
Leonard.
it dark?
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, if it's dark enough, I feel like
It was moody.
passed.
Let's just say that.
She,
Yeah.
Hey, she was feeling the vibe.
Yeah.
So we're like talking, and then after a while, she's like, "Your name is Luis."
She put it together. She was like,
Catfished hair.
ain't no Indian Luises.
I was like, how? But it was funny though. Like, so the whole time, like, when we, like, the whole culture thing is like, that's the part that was cool, seeing a whole different side of things, even just knowing about their culture. Like, some people have a strong stance against like arranged marriages. And hearing somebody's side of it, that's like, no, it's a part of the culture. We like it. It's family involved. Like there's, different sides. Some people's kind of like religion, culture, like there's such a mix of a commitment. And those marriages pretty much last the same time as a love marriage. So when you look at it, people get divorced on all sides of it. But is there something that you're like a hard stance on when you're dating? It's like they have to, are you religious to that point, or they have to want kids? What is your guideline on like?
Oh, like from like I mean,
I said a man of God this time.
A man of God, that's what they have to be. Oh,
I know.
I don't know. I could save you. Whatever you want, we can fix it together. You feel me? God says, "Come as you are. Let's go together as us." I don't know. I don't really got no crazy like.
She has to be.
Yeah, I don't know. She got to be like mentally sane.
No kids. You don't care.
I mean, I'd rather her not have kids.
That's
your
guideline.
I think. Yeah, but
if it happens, it happens.
Not even that. It's just, I mean, yeah, just is. I would rather she didn't, but if she does, we can discuss. Like, is the kid cool? Does he know any tricks? Like, what have you taught this? Is he showing LeBron-like tendencies? Do I want to stay around? Like,
do I need to make an investment?
Like, is the profit here? Is he good on TikTok? Do we know social media?
Is he taller than me?
Can he play piano? Come on, what are the genetics looking like? Let me really see what I'm working with first, because I got to be around.
And you work with kids too, so you.
I do, yeah. I'm a substitute teacher, so kids are dope. Kids are hilarious. They are so honest. Like
brutally.
Man, this one little girl, she was like not coloring, doing her work. I was like, "Hey, what's wrong? Why don't you want to color?" She's like, "Well, my mom died last week, so sometimes I get really sad." I'm like, "That's okay. Yeah, nope. Don't even color. You could just chill. Don't like." But she just said it, and I was like, "That's kind of hard." Like, kids are just very honest.
Kudos to you, man. Speaking in front of kids compared to speaking in front of adults, completely different.
That's easy.
I've spoken in front of rooms with,
really,
hundreds of people and super comfortable. Kids, no expression. It'll be dead silent, and they'll be giggling in the back, and I'm like, that used to be me.
Damn, yeah.
And then you say something, and they're taking it like the other way, and you're outside of the joke, and just like, oh.
Yeah. No, I'm good with kids. I'm good with talking with kids.
That doesn't surprise me.
Oh, really?
No.
Is it my childlike tendencies or my glowful youth?
I feel like a combination of both is the right answer. So I'm going to say that.
Well, I'm strict. I'm like, you probably think I'm all like fun and
You're
games.
Strict?
Well, not strict, but I have a healthy boundary of like when to like play with a kid and when to be like, no, we're not doing that. Like, you still have to like.
Man, I'm a pretend teacher. We having fun all day. Fuck you mean? Turn up. Yes, you can use your phone. That's a rule that like a lot of principals are against, but I be letting them use their phones.
No, I
don't tell on me, y'all. This is confidential.
Everyone canceled.
Canceled? Nah, they ain't gonna cancel me. I'm a fun sub. Schools be inviting me back.
Yeah.
Shout out to being the cool teacher.
See, you need that though, because I remember those cool teachers.
They're the cool sub. Just come hang out.
They give them a break.
Yeah, the kids respect me, so they're not crazy in my class. But
I'd rather have that than a teacher who's given up.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah. I hated those teachers.
Those extra mean ones.
They weren't mean. They just didn't care.
Or they didn't want
really?
They didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And I had seen that growing up, and it's like, okay, either you're giving up on us as students, right? Or it's like you just don't like your job, but you're doing it because you've been doing it for so long.
They clearly don't get paid.
Yeah. I feel like teaching there was a time where it was really like rough for them. I mean, it's still rough for teachers, but I mean, it was like a lot worse where it was just like, bruh, these people can't even survive and they're teaching the future.
Yeah.
Us. I was in school at the time.
And look how that came out.
Amazing. They did their best, and that's why I'm still here. A lot of my teachers still follow me on Instagram. Shout out to all y'all.
There he goes. You only get 3 shout outs.
I get 3 shout outs?
He'll be shouting out everybody and their mama.
That's my first shout out of the day.
that's what I'm saying.
You gotta get those out of the way. That's why.
Oh, God.
We do, but he just, like, he gives them out like free cars and an Oprah Winfrey show.
I do. I just got this shirt from the homie. Shout out to the homie. Shout out to Nasty Pack Official. Yeah. Okay, but you said you don't have any except your dating regulation was just they have to be a man of God.
That was just like an important one. Like usually I was very like loose with it,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
But now you're like
because I'm
Spirit,
pretty
right?
much into like my faith and everything, and
Mhm.
it's just like a little odd when I want to talk about like problems and like solutions, or like you hear a good sermon, you're like, oh, that's him. So I wish he could have heard this. And I've
Yeah.
even dated guys who weren't religious, and they would still kind of come and they're like, oh, that sermon was actually really nice. Like I did take away from that. Like you
Oh,
could
wow.
kind of take away of like God if you want, but like it's still like a good message that I feel like still could be heard and tolerated. But definitely I was like, no, I want someone that has a relationship with him, like how I do.
That's fair. No, I definitely that makes sense. I mean, if that's something that you're really passionate about, it's like the person you're with has to kind of reflect that.
Yeah, or like understand or have understandings of.
Speaking of understandings, I think we briefly touched this last time, but do you believe that guys and girls can be platonic friends?
Ooh, that's a hard one because
Wasn't for us.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
okay, all right, I'm gonna tell you
I
something.
felt like it was gonna be a weird.
when they're
interesting
saying,
answer.
okay, if the girl is making you guys friends, then that means that it was declared by her as a friend zone, and you're like, this might change down the line. Because most of those relationships, given the green light, things would be different.
No, there's some people I'm just like, I mean, the majority
You.
of the people.
But no, he's saying that as long as like if the girl ever gave the guy the green light, that the guy would still hook up with her.
Like if
So he's saying the girls
if
basically
girl
have the
sets I mean,
keys.
I don't think it's impossible. Like I have a very, very close friend of mine. I'm super cool with her husband. But that's because I saw her like a sister, and that I was the one who said it there just because we met at work. It was never like anything else. I think when that kind of happens, I do see it working. But when it started off with a guy trying to get the girl's attention, and then she declared it a friendship, some guys will stick around.
Yeah.
But given the green light,
yeah, that's why like the person that I'm like dating, they have to meet all my guy friends, so that way like he could be comfortable, or he could be like, nah, that guy like.
But a lot of
Yeah, because
times,
guys can tell.
Yeah, other guys could tell. He could like filter them out,
obvious,
or they phase themselves out. You know,
shorties
but a
don't
lot of
notice
guys, you do see that where, and I know one couple where the guy was friend zone. He was just there so long. He ended up, they ended up getting married. A lot of people cheer for the guy. He made it out of friend zone, but
ended up getting married. It's crazy.
But that
to her,
yeah.
he stuck around and
got out the friend zone.
That's what Haley
He played the
did with
long
Justin
game.
Bieber. Sorry, this is not a gossip channel, but I just thought it was a perfect situation.
That's crazy.
But it
Not a long game is crazy.
It's not impossible, but you do see a lot of the situations where they do have that friendship. If it was made by the girl, it was like the guy was like, well, okay, I'm already here. And they stick around, right? They still have.
Or
these
can a
friend
guy
dates.
lose feelings? Is that a thing? I don't know how you guys' brains work.
I feel like sometimes
like if you were to get friend zoned.
Yeah, like if the more you talk to a girl, the more of her you learn, and it's like some of that you be like, oh, I don't really fuck with the fact that she does ABC, so it's like she can be as a friend, but I don't think we could be anything more than that. Yeah, but see, I posted something about this recently. I was like, if it's really like a solid, like I put up a whole shot, like I got into my whole movement and I put the shot up in the messages, and she's like, nah, yeah, I can just block you. We don't never have to see each other again. It's nothing there for us. There's no future.
Do you guys block your exes when the relationship is over?
I should, but I don't.
Why are we such the same?
I know I should, but I be watching the stories like, so you go let him wear them socks that I gave you, and it's like, but I be so in it, and I'm like, everyone's like, bro, just block it. I'm like, no, I need to grow from this. I need the pain.
Get over your pain. No, I block the ones where like it fell apart, or like who I don't want to see, or if it ended badly. They're the ones I usually block that did me wrong, that have no care to like be in my life. But a lot of like the people who I've dated, it's ended on like a very fair and adult, mature note. So we're still able to like see, and we don't check up on each other. That's the thing too.
It's just like I see you, you see me.
Right. Like you were a part of my life. I learned something from you. Like that was dope what we have. But I don't text them like friends or like ask to like hang out. It's just more of like,
do you think you could be friends with your exes after a relationship?
I delete delete them, their friends, their family. I don't mean to be mean.
Dang.
I remember I got messages on my
He said,
text.
Everyone likes
take that,
you.
Yeah, exactly.
that Men in Black. That boy flashed
Yeah,
himself.
that's what he does.
That boy flashed
Delete.
himself. He said, "You never existed."
Never existed. No, I just don't think it's healthy. I just think, it's like
McDonald's is
that's
healthy,
my
but people
personal
still eat
belief.
it.
I just think when you cut it off, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because if not, you get confused, right? You still see them, you see parts of the person you liked, so that might
no.
confuse you.
No.
And then you have their friends and family. Then you're moving on, and you don't know how to feel about their family or friends seeing it. I got messages from their friends like, you don't have to cut us off too. I'm like, I'm sorry, like I got my friends. I just, I don't want you later on sending a message like this.
A lot of them are like, good job, like his loss, like you're great. I'm like, thanks.
I'm a bad person to ask. I think I could be friends with my exes, but do you feel like, have you ever like dated someone that your ex knew, like after the fact, or like a friend's ex?
Why are you asking these questions?
I don't know. I'm here for the drama. I don't know what I'm on today. I mean, if it's the past, it's the past.
Have you ever dated somebody your ex accused you of liking?
Yes, for sure. And she hit me up right after and was like, "I told you so. I knew you would." And I was like,
see,
but see,
you left it open.
No.
By having on your
but
social media.
No, it wasn't even social media. We were on FaceTime. But I was like this. I didn't know Shorty was rocking with me. My ex was so stressed about Shorty. I'm like, bruh, this girl is just like a friend. Like, I'm like, but in the back of my mind's eye, I'm like, this is an attractive girl at the end of the day, but I just don't think she's interested in me. So I move on about my life. Me and Shorty ended up breaking up. And then me and Shorty was just talking on a random day. And I just like pulled up a shot. I was like, yo, like, let's kick it, whatever. She said, oh, I'm out here. And then we linked and then it was lit. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know. And so when I told her, she said, oh, I always knew that you liked her. I'm like, well, you peeped it out. Like, shout out to you for calling that one. Cause like, you was like, run the play. And I was like, all right, coach. And I ran the play and it worked. So congrats. We both won. You feel me? Like, you was right and I was happy.
And then how long did you stay with her?
It's like 4 months. It was a lit 4 months though. We went on like a vacation together. It was some of them 4 month relationships be lit sometimes.
Well, after that's when the honeymoon phases.
Yeah, but that honeymoon phase, man, it's a vibe, bro.
That's why our dating culture in LA is so bad.
But see, I'm willing to go past that, but
phase.
shorties be like wilding out. Like a shorty tried to hit me. I was like, yeah, I gotta end the relationship because I can't
physically.
Yeah. You ain't, as a dude, have you had that happen? A girl try to swing on you? It's more common than you think.
Yeah. No, I believe it.
Yeah, so it's like, but it's like, if we're not even dating yet and you already, trying to fire on me, good thing I was boxing at the time. I dodged all the punches. I caught the last one. I was like, it's like a movie. It's like, you don't want to do this. You're not yourself right now. It was a moment. But I definitely knew, like, at that point, there's no way we can continue. Because
Have you been hit?
Oh, I've been in a relationship.
Swung on, yeah.
Yeah. Where a girl's like, oh, we both gonna die while driving,
Both gonna die. The whip is, that's crazy.
Damn, y'all.
I was parked. If I'm driving, now you have to get out because, no, not in my vehicle. It's my car.
Oh my gosh.
You're playing those expensive games.
You was in a car with that girl too.
Oh yeah, when she threw my phone. Oh my God.
And you were driving.
I was driving. But it was like a phone going across your face and just landing in your lap. Like, it could have been worse. Like, it was real fast.
It could have hit your face.
It was a good talk.
It's already bad enough when you're trying to drive and you're trying to sneeze.
If you hit me in the face, oh my gosh, my whole life would be differently. I just saw like a different dimension. Like, my legs are all hurt. No.
I am not that crazy ex.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even exes. Like, girls be crazy sometimes, like, during. But also, men can make women crazy. I'm a feminist first. So I always...
That was a whole moment.
I have to always clarify, I'm not trying to get canceled in 2024.
We like to push buttons. Can't deny that. Like, it's, you like to test boundaries.
Yes, that's what it is.
Oh, that's something you relate to?
No.
That's wild.
Who are you texting?
I'm not texting. I have additional questions that I had from my IG. Do you feel like when you're dating someone, like a title is very important?
Well, something. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Like what stage?
Like you have to like establish that you feel like
just as like, just so we know we're both on the same page of what's going on, like dating exclusively.
Oh, you like the full label. Okay. That's kind of hard.
Like I don't want to be like
surprise.
Putting it surprise or putting in the time that I don't need to put in, pretty much. The time and energy. Because like I'm very like making things. I'm a busy woman. I got things to do.
I relate to that.
If we don't got things to do, I don't need to do them with you. Like, damn.
You said if you're not in my calendar, it's not happening.
Yes, absolutely.
Whoa. Yeah, I think setting the clarity at the beginning of the relationship is key. I mean, if you meet and you know that you're not at that stage where you like, I mean, dating in LA is kind of like a lot of people just not looking for a relationship. They're like, look, I'm looking to talk and eventually find that person. So, you meet a lot of people that are like, oh, okay, I'm okay with, I'm talking to other people. You can talk to other people, and then you see all sides of it.
I don't know about that shit. Talking to me both on other people.
Oh yeah, he's a one lady man.
Yeah, I'm.
That's what I'm saying.
Know. It's not intentional, but eventually I'm just like, if you want to talk to them too, then just talk to them.
But that's why you need to have a conversation. Like, yeah, I'm dating multiple people, or I'm just dating.
Yeah, I feel like dating exclusively.
Because I'm competitive too. I'm like, oh, he's dating other girls.
No, I have
not
to
even
date
competitive.
More
like I could date more. Just
I
like no,
that's what
I'm
you
the
be
main
on. I think that's what you be on.
I'm the main chick. That's all I need to know.
I felt like that was something that you were gonna like hop into. Like, no.
What about that subject?
Yeah.
About being the main chick, like SZA?
Oh my god.
What?
Would you date a man with one hand?
What? A man with one hand?
Yeah, like if you only had one hand, would you be able to still date him?
Yeah. Is he a good looking man?
That's fair. That's fair. So you only need one hand for real.
Nah. That was a guy joke. I could not relate.
It's a random question that somebody just like hit.
I knew somebody that was dating a guy. She was like the town like queen, very, very pretty, and she was dating this guy, and he had one hand, right? And I was like, she doesn't care about like looks or whatever. She's literally and he ended up cheating on her. And I'm like, man, you literally went through all that and then got cheated
on with one hand?
Yeah.
He used that one hand to text other girls? Don't, I don't even know what I would do. If I was dating a girl with one leg or one hand and she cheated on me, I'm taking the leg with me.
Oh, I knew you were gonna
I'm leaving the house with the leg. We gonna get out that bed. You be like, oh, let me put my leg back on so we can go walk you back to your car. Wait, where's my leg? It's gone. Just like me and our love.
But I'm keeping you on Instagram.
No, I'm keeping you on Instagram. Yeah. I want to see you struggle. I want to see her on Instagram Live cussing me out. Oh, yeah, you better bring my leg back. You better bring that fucking leg back. You play too fucking much.
Take your hiking with you.
And I'm be waving in the chat. I'm be waving in the messages. I'm be waving just hand emojis. So everybody know I see her on the live cussing me out, asking for her leg back. Yeah. I'm taking every photo for the next month. I'm me and her leg. And all leg related captions.
The leg emoji.
Got a leg up on these niggas, and it's just me holding a leg. I don't know. I got emotional. That was real. Don't let that happen. Lord, don't do that to me. Because you're going to see a real me. Somebody said no questions, just give some good advice. If you could give past you dating advice, what would you tell yourself? Start here, Luis.
Right.
You start.
The one advice, again, the advice I would give myself would be, or just give anybody in general, would be love yourself first, because you can't love anybody till you love yourself.
Damn, that's true. Well, snap for that one. Gems being dropped.
Love yourself.
Kalinda, you want
to go second?
And I love me. I love me.
So you want me to go second?
Wait, hold on.
I mean, yeah, you just let me know. I'm finna let loose. Knocking. If I tell myself my past self before I started dating, like if I tell myself anything, kind of gotta piggyback off the like caring about yourself thing. It's like don't lose yourself type thing. Because I found myself to be very like. JK, my real advice: don't trust them hoes. No, I'm kidding. You can go. Sorry.
Sorry. I think mine would be you can't change anybody and don't have anybody change you. like you do it for you.
So all them babysitters out there, let them babies change themselves. You cannot change them.
You cannot do it for them.
Come on now. It's time to grow up. It's been 6 months. Get it together.
Boy, you're doing so well.
It's been 6 months. It's crazy. Tell your baby to change itself. The visual is hilarious in my head.
Dating at work.
Oh, we kind of touched on that last time. I don't know. Did you
can
have much
revisit.
for that?
Dating at work. I said I could do it. You said you couldn't.
Yeah, I said because if we fall out, I'm putting drugs in your locker. You're getting fired. We're getting you out of here.
Do you
I'm starting
believe in
rumors.
dating and work?
I married my wife and we worked together.
Oh,
Whoa.
see, it worked out for him.
See, they got married though. See, had they broke up? Come on now, she got to get fired. Got to get her out of there.
And I hired her brother. That's the reason I didn't.
Oh, you hired that.
Yeah, I hired her brother, and I never dated anybody from work. And when the moment I met her, I was like, something about her. But I found out because I didn't hire her, I hired her brother, and they're like, oh yeah, that's my assistant was like, hey, that's so and so's sister. And I'm like, oh, okay. Left it out of my mind for 2 years. She thought I didn't like her at all. I would just say hi and that's it. And she would try to conversation. And I was like, nope. And then it was a New Year's. I invited everybody. I had a beach house at the time.
Nice.
So I invited everybody over and everybody left, but she got there late. So it was only 4 people.
And that's when she thought you were Indian?
Huh?
And that's where she thought you were
No.
Indian?
That was the ex-wife. This is my actual wife. You got to keep up.
That's real.
You could have multiple wives in my
But she showed up when there was just 4 of y'all, you saying?
Yeah. So her friend was there. And when I saw her, I was like, oh man. Because I've been trying to ignore her for 2 years.
You're good friends with him? Or?
Yeah. I mean, we're not like that. I mean, he worked for me. We're
so it's just
good guy. Yeah.
Okay. Is he
So-
protective?
He was really cool about it. But it was so funny going up to him though. I was like, all right, I had to talk to you. And he's like, am I in trouble? I was like, not
I
you.
got you hired, bro.
I was like, not you, probably me. But it was cool because I would actually post pictures, but it was always our shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It
he
would
did
never-
the soft launch.
Soft launch.
launch.
And then I didn't announce it until I left. So I was I had already this other
Already
company.
packing his bags.
Yeah, this other company wanted to hire me, and once everything was official, I was like, so
On the way out, let me let
on
you
the way
know.
out, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a part of your
Yeah.
family
That's
now.
a
You're
manly thing.
welcome.
Was that your decision or her decision?
Well, we just were both.
I mean, someone had to tell him.
Yeah. No, it was after our 5th date. I was out of
She's getting
respect to your
connoisseurs.
out of respect to your brother, I was like, if you want to keep dating, I should probably tell him. So she was like, okay.
That's nice.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That was very nice. I feel it's hard to find a guy that would step
Go
up
out
to
of play and say that.
yeah.
That's fair.
But that's how you were serious about it, and that's probably why he gave you respect for it.
I think that's how, again, you want to have people with the same kind of values. To me, when we're talking about things that you look at, I would look at how people treat their families when I was dating. So if somebody was like, I'm not close to any of my family, to me, that would kind of be a red flag,
Yeah.
right? And I get it. Some families are bad. Again, I would still try to find out more about the situation, but
Yeah.
sometimes there's some people that just aren't the way they treat their parents, the way they treat, I'm super respectful. I'm old school. I see an uncle, give him a hug. See an aunt, give him a hug. I'm
Yeah.
super respectful in that. I've always been traditional, that's why I said when I met my ex-wife, they weren't used to that. They were kind of cold. And then I was the one that came in hey, everybody, big old hugs.
Yeah.
And then after that, we had conversations. They're like, you know what? You brought a different side to this that we didn't have before. Because I've always been super close. One of my favorite things is that, when I commute home or going to work, I call somebody. So I'll call a friend.
That's what I do too. That's my time to catch up with
Yeah.
people.
I guarantee, I recommend that to everybody. Just family members, you keep them in the loop. Just random conversations. But that phone call, they know, oh, he must be driving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
Gosh, Anya, you do that. I was like,
Nah, I be chilling. I be listening to music for real. I'm a DJ.
yeah, no, I sometimes need my music therapy too.
Yeah, I
But
be
that is the
vibing.
time that I'm catching up with people.
That's very fair. I know we have we're running low on time, but real quick, I heard something about like soft launches on Instagram. Like, do you feel like you should be posting your significant other on your Instagram? You feel like that's a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I post when I want to post, but yeah, like,
Like what? How soon is too soon to post?
I don't know. I just, like I said, I'll post when like if I like the aesthetic, or like if a moment was special to me, like I'll post it. Just because like that's like my history, like on my days. I don't know, like so I could come back later and be like, oh yeah, I had a great time. I don't know.
I like how that's usually the first time when somebody breaks up though. All those pictures just like
disappear.
That's when you know. But I don't post them on my grid.
That guy has been waiting is like, you okay?
Right.
Just know you deleted our pictures. Are you all right over there?
Yeah. I don't know about like a timeline thing. Like I know there's definitely some other people like that keep their life private, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But like I'm just.
Is there people that you've met along the way, just like a conversation at an airport, whatever, and you added each other on Instagram, and it's like you just watch their whole life unfold through stories?
Definitely, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like you watching like
that's what we do
know
with our
nothing
exes.
about the person. See, there you go. That's a little deeper though.
Then a stranger?
Not a stranger's kind of dope because it's like you don't even know what they be on. Like one girl I met her at a Black Lives Matter rally, and then she's like a rock climber. I'm like, wow, she really just be on these rocks all day.
I've keep on.
That's just crazy. I'm like, bro, she look buff as shit.
And I'm still like hand clap emoji.
Yeah, I'm like, shout out to you,
person.
bro. That shit hard.
I'm so proud of you.
Good
You're
job,
really
stranger.
doing life.
Yeah, I met somebody in the Waiting Music Festival, and they're like, "Oh, you should link up with our friends, whatever." But music festival is hard to find each other. Shout out to Uon app.
Yeah, I was gonna say not with the Uon app.
It's like a multi-use app, but even when like we never got to actually meet up with them, but I had her like on my Instagram. And again, that was okay. We never dated. Like, there's nothing there besides that conversation. But it's so funny because I watched her story unfold, married, have kids, and I'm like, that's really cool. I don't know her.
I don't know her.
It's just the eye to the outside world.
But that's why, like, I think it's important to have an app that helps you with real life stuff and make those connections in real life, because you have so many people. Like, think about the suicide rates, and people have thousands of followers, but they feel alone because when you don't have that connection, right? When you don't have those places to go to. When I got divorced, that's where the whole idea came about. Was I got divorced, and then I was like, okay, let's try the dating apps. Nothing's changed since that happened. Dating apps are exactly the same. You're just swiping, messaging, right? And there has to be something that's different. But when I looked at that, there was no way for me to communicate or like to get back into like society. Right, that's I hate to say it like that because like I was in jail, but but when you're married, like I don't have those like I network now and I have to push the app and everything, but it's not like the side of me of like used to going out to my friends to the clubs and everything is not there. So when you have to go back into it, the relationship ends, you have to restart again. That is the craziest thing. Is you're like, those friends that used to go out with, they're married. That's not an option. The spots that we used to go to is not the spot anymore.
Yeah. Everything's different. It's a whole new world.
With you and you.
I missed my note on that one. Don't worry.
Sorry.
Next time I'll be better.
It's okay. But anyways, I guess we will wrap it up for today. Thanks for joining us on episode 2.
Appreciate you for joining.
You, and don't forget that
I'm
Uon.
With the U and the Uon.
Shout out to Uon. That's my first shout out.
Hey, you slipping. This podcast over. You done wasted yours.
And our wonderful guest.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming and being our first guest. We've had so much fun chatting, getting personal, learning about each other with each other.
I love sharing my dating history. It was nice.
Yeah, man. We get into it on this podcast, man. We gonna get into some juicy dramas and juicy details.
Highlight to the prosthetic leg that you're gonna be stealing.
Hey, I'm just saying, my future wife, you got a prosthetic leg. Is my warning. Don't fuck around, because me and that leg will be on IG live going up. I'm taking it to the concert. I'm taking it to the Clipper game. Taking it to the Laker game.
I just want to see you hiking, like using it to like get up the rocks.
Yes, I'm flexing with your leg. But this has been the Pretty Funny Podcast. Don't forget, y'all. I guess I'm the pretty one.
I'm the funny one.
See how we got that worked out, but check it out next time. Subscribe,
like. Thanks for all the views. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the shares. Shout out.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
happy
guys.
Christmas or Kwanzaa or any other holiday you may celebrate. Hopefully they bringing gifts to you.
Those vision boards ready.
Yes.
On God, as you may know, I'm older and more mature now, so this is the new me.
He's aging.
I'm aging. I've aged actually, like a fine wine. I'm continuing. I won't stop. That's just me.
Okay.
My grind.
Stop
my hustle.
talking. Bye.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it. All right, we closing. Much love.